Hello and welcome. My name is Heidi Gamel, aka Nest Pretty. Nest Pretty is all about making small choices every day that adds up to a beautiful life. And for quite some time, I've been having you come into my closet on Wednesdays. And for many weeks, I would do what I called bringing it back to start, which was organizing the closet, putting everything back the way it's supposed to be, so that as I go into the busy weekend, my closet is not a source of angst, but rather a source of joy. Well, through that process, I went from doing a capsule wardrobe to experimenting with the 10-piece wardrobe. And I originally learned that concept from this book by Jennifer L. Scott called Lessons from Madame Chic. And she talked about the concept in there. Basically, she spent a term living in France with a family, and she had a tiny little wardrobe for her clothes, and so she had to learn how to get by with less. And then she shares the lessons that she learned from it. Well, I read this book many years ago, and it's always been in the back of my mind, but I wasn't ready apparently. So let's see. I started in the winter, so I am now in my third season of a 10-piece wardrobe, and I have to say it has worked wonders for my self-care routine. I definitely feel like a 10-piece wardrobe is really a way to spoil yourself, because number one, I don't need to clean my closet anymore. It's always perfection. If it's not hanging here, it's in the wash. And then if it's not in the wash, it's hanging here. So it's really just freed all kinds of mental energy away from my closet. It's just not even on the list anymore. So it's part of my self-care routine in that it has cleaned up a bunch of mental clutter. I've been talking about that for a really long time, about how having less choices in your wardrobe keeps you from making or getting to the point of decision fatigue. Scientists say we have only so many decisions in a day. And so if you use up a bunch of decisions getting dressed in the morning, you may end up making not great decisions toward the end of the day. Or you may be fatigued from all the decisions that you've had to make. So I have learned that to be true in my case, and it's also taken me to the next level in that I say anything you can decide once, then that's a bonus. Just decide once, and you don't have to ever think about it again. So we did talk about that a little bit on Friday during the Nest Pretty Lifestyle Book Club. We were talking about nesting, part 3, and that encompassed cleaning, organizing, and systems. And a 10-piece wardrobe is a system that I highly recommend, because it's one decision you make at the beginning of the season. It's just like when you go on vacation. I don't know if you're like me. Do you sit down and draw pictures of your suitcase and what your outfits are going to be, and what your shoes are going to be, and your accessories? That's the way I like to make my list when I go on a vacation. I like to draw out the outfits, which is fun. It's a little creative outlet. But then I also have it with me, and then I remember why I have this thing in my suitcase. But basically, when you make those decisions to put those items into your suitcase, you're making a decision once, and then if you remember the last time you were on vacation, you never thought about your clothing, not once. Unless Unless you accidentally walk out of the house wearing your house slippers. Anyway, that's another story for another day. So, I highly recommend it. I highly, highly recommend it for your mental health, for your mental hygiene, for your self-care. If you really want to spoil yourself, try a month on a 10-piece wardrobe. And then tell me how it goes for you. So this Friday, I think we might be rounding off the Nest Pretty Book Club. I think we'll be able to finish it. So we'll be talking about making your nest pretty, sharing your nest, nesting with heart, and how Nest Pretty is a choice every day. Making small choices every day that adds up to a beautiful life. 10-piece wardrobe is a choice that I dare say you won't regret. This week I did get 2 pieces of organizational items. It's a little clear box that holds my dressy flip-flops. I only have 2. And that way I can stack them. That way they don't get dusty, and it just looks really nice in my closet. Because just like the book says, you got to make it pretty while you're at it, right? So this is Heidi with Nest Pretty. I hope that you enjoy your evening. If you have any questions about how to do a 10-piece wardrobe, how to do a capsule wardrobe, how to even just start on a Nest Pretty lifestyle, then just ask. Ask me your questions. I hope you have a great evening, and maybe I'll see you at the book club. Bye.